Oh yeah.
But all aboard, all aboard. The train will be departing the station at the top of the hour. There will be no stops, no drops. Our destination today is freedom. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We're just having a really good time. As always, it's just party time on the train. But today we have a special guest, Miss Lacey Ames. Now, let me tell you guys, I normally get her emails, okay, and she does the activity for Interfaith, which is uh, a housing complex that I live in, and I guess it's called the complex. Well, and so I often will see an email come up about a credit cafe, and so one day I got really curious, and decided to go to her credit cafe and really learned a lot. And so I was like, wow, our consumers really need to know about, just, what she offers and about Interfaith Alliance. And so I asked her, and she was kind enough to say yes. So thank you.
Yeah.
Um, Quadasia will do a little introduction, guys, so you would know a little bit about what Miss Lacey Ames does at Interfaith Alliance. Okay.
Alrighty. So Ms. Eames has worked with Interfaith Housing Alliance for almost 4 years. The majority of her time there is spent outreach, marketing, and client services. She typically manages her credit cafe workshop that allows participants a free opportunity to learn about credit plus gain support to build, fix, or maintain their credit reports.
Nice.
She has attended many trainings over the years to ensure that she can provide accurate information on credit that is easily understandable to anyone, no matter their background. IHA, or Interfaith Housing Alliance, is focused on providing affordable housing opportunities to those who otherwise do not qualify or cannot afford traditional mortgages/rents. During her presentation, she will provide details on programs such as purchase repair, home ownership, rental communities, financial education, and home ownership education. For more information, she can be reached at lames@interfaithhousing.org or 301-788-0239. And I will provide these information in the chat.
In the chat box. Okay. So, Miss Ames, take it away because I'm really excited. So take it away.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So thanks so much for the introduction. A lot of the information, I'm going to review it again. But I have been working for Interfaith Housing Alliance, like she said, for almost 4 years. And just quick question, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Perfect. So I just had a job role change, and I'm now the Financial Health and Digital Engagement Manager.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm actually moving away from like residential client services and moving more into just engaging our entire community.
Great.
So just some information about IHA. Our mission. Our mission is really just to strengthen the community by providing affordable housing opportunities to seniors, working families, or individuals. And we do that through education, as well as rental communities, or even home ownership. Our job is really to increase the quality of life in these individuals and hopefully provide more economic stability for them. So a little bit about history. For more than 30 years, because we were founded in 1990, we were actually founded by more than 50 religious and community leaders who were concerned that there was an absence of affordable housing in our area. And since 1990, we've actually completed more than 1,400 affordable housing units, which include single-family homes, townhomes, multifamily developments, or even senior housing. So Lorna actually suggested one of the ones we have in Frederick, which is 520 North Market, which is our newest property that has been built in the last 2 years. So in addition to that, we actually have a lot of staff on our in IHA who have become certified through a company called NeighborWorks that actually certifies individuals to provide financial capability workshops and housing counseling. So we really like to provide that. We do a lot for the community in affordable housing, and we're also very well trained to provide these services. So that way, you know, you're getting a quality product or a quality service in our case. Any general questions about IHA before we go diving into the various subsections of what we actually do?
We're ready to dive, Lacey. Let's
Cool.
dive. I'm excited. Yeah.
All right. So, oops. Rental communities. So we have two specifically in Frederick that I decided to highlight in my presentation. We have 520 North Market, which is of course on Market Street in downtown Frederick. It serves individuals, families, and seniors in 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. You can see in the top red brick building, that's the front of the building itself. It was actually a rehabilitation building because it used to serve as Department of Senior Services. Before that, it was an elementary school. So there's a lot of history at this building that a lot of individuals in the community see it as. So it's been really nice to rehab it and actually give it back to the community in a different way. We also have what's called the Weinberg House. It's seniors. So it has 23 apartments, 1 bedroom that serves seniors 62 and older. And that's probably our oldest property we have. So it's been around for a long time. So in my presentation, because I'm going to give it out afterwards, I did provide the community contacts in case you have any clients or any of you are interested in additional information on the actual properties. In addition to Frederick, we actually have properties out in Cumberland and Frostburg, Maryland, and then Chambersburg, PA, if you come across someone that needs other resources. So another way we do affordable housing is through our purchase repair home ownership program. It actually allows individuals, families, or seniors who don't otherwise qualify for a traditional mortgage to actually purchase a home. We use a USDA product that allows an individual to purchase a house that's currently on the market that just is in need of repairs. So you're buying a house that you're going to put your own repair work into. So by the time you're finished, the house will be worth more than what you bought it for. And this is a really good equity and quality to have in the housing market, especially for our low to moderate income individuals that wouldn't necessarily qualify otherwise. So I do have a story here. It's not going to let me play it, but when I send this, you'll have a link for it.
Okay.
We'll let me play. If you guys want to hear a few minutes of it, this is just Juliet's story and how purchase repair homeownership has been meaningful to her.
Okay.
Can you guys hear it?
No.
Well, definitely have to send this out afterwards because then you can actually hear it.
Yeah, and we'll post it on our Facebook page or YouTube page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. So just a little background. Juliet's story is really powerful. She was a single mom with 2 kids that generationally had never been in a secure and stable housing. She wasn't brought up in a way where she understood how finances worked and how homeownership worked. She went from job to job, from check to check, from location to location, and she decided to break that cycle and actually go through our program and commit to increasing her credit score from the help of the Credit Cafe workshop. And over a course of a few years, she finally was able to purchase her own home to kind of break that cycle that her family had always been going through. So now her as a single mom can provide a house with a yard for her 2 sons. So she's a really good example of someone that's utilized every service we have, from workshops, homeownership counseling, Credit Cafe, all the way into actually purchasing a home. So if you get a chance, definitely check it out. It's powerful, it's meaningful, and at least on our end, it's really rewarding to see the hard work pay out. All right. And again, I do provide the individuals who assist with this program in case you or anyone else has additional questions on how to become a homeowner.
Okay.
So this is what I love, and this is what I do.
Okay.
Our entire program is called Financial Dignity and Empowerment Services. We are different than what you find in other kind of credit repair or financial counseling kind of programs, is that our goal is to really educate and provide long-lasting tips, tricks, and tools so you can make life-changing changes in your personal life and empower you to do everything. We don't want to hold your hand and do every step of the process for you. We want to teach you and empower you to take those steps forward and really learn from the process too. Because realistically, anything you learn in relation to homeownership or financial education, it's really life-changing and life-lasting skills and knowledge to know. It's not just something you do today or tomorrow and you stop. These are techniques and skills and knowledge that you really want to retain for your life. So we break down these services into 3 areas. We have our Credit Cafe workshop, which focuses specifically on credit repair. We have Your Prescription for Financial Health. That is a series of workshops that covers budgeting, savings, credit reports, as well as just understanding all the factors that go into borrowing money. So it's an all-inclusive program. And then we have Ready, Set, Go Home that specifically helps individuals prepare for home ownership. It covers every aspect of the entire home buying process from start to finish. Right now, that's actually a private Facebook group. So it's a unique way of presenting the information at this point because of COVID.
Okay.
But I was going to dive a little deeper into Credit Cafe. So what this program is, it is a supportive, ongoing workshop. You first attend a 1-hour group workshop with other individuals where you learn tips and tricks that are generally across the board available for everyone to use to improve or maintain their credit. And then afterwards, you schedule a personalized one-on-one credit report review session with me, where I actually pull a free copy of your credit report and I go through it step by step, account by account, to teach you how to read it, how to better understand it, so you know exactly what it's telling you. So that way there's no question when you leave that about where your credit is, or we also set a strategic plan so you can meet your financial goals. So you leave with knowledge, a free credit report, as well as goals so you can meet your financial needs. And then I actually follow up every 3 months. It varies between email or phone call, but I like to continuously check in with individuals just to see where they are, what they might need help with, or maybe I just need to provide some additional cheerleading and motivation so you can continue making that progress. So it's a great program and we offer it every second and fourth Thursday of the month. So there's morning and evening sessions. So with COVID, it's actually expanded my program. So now I can meet people where they are.
Yep.
Virtually, if you're at home, in your car, at work, whatever the case might be, there's a lot of opportunity to attend at this point.
Okay.
I put some quick workshop reviews here just because it's kind of nice to hear what other people have to say about a program. And basically, a lot of people would just say it's very informative. They left with a plan. The process was comfortable. We have knowledgeable staff. So it's always kind of nice to see what other individuals say about a program before just going into it.
And I concur to everything that they're saying. I took the course myself.
So I put my contact here as well. I'm available by phone or email. Most of my coworkers, because we're 100% virtual, don't have work phones. So that's why there's only email addresses, but there are definitely ways to contact any of us. But One last thing I wanted to leave everyone with, because again, it's always great to put a face with a success. And these are the faces of success of IHA. The first column, Credit Cafe success. This is a single mom that in the course of 9 months reduced her debt by $2,000 and raised her credit score by almost 60 points simply from all the tips and tricks she learned just at my Credit Cafe workshop. So it can show, like, with the knowledge you gain and dedication on your part, how you can really make an improvement in your life. And she was actually able to qualify for a traditional home mortgage at that point. Her credit report and finances were in such good shape, she didn't need our program. She was able to go to any lender and borrow, and she has bought a house now. The middle success, that's our homeowner. This couple actually attended every IHA workshop, so all 3 that I described to you, between 2019 and 2020, and actually purchased their first home for their 2 children back in November of 2020. So even during COVID, people still persevered and were able to make these life-changing.
Awesome.
And then finally, we have our renter success, which of course is slightly different than anyone else. And this is a first-time renter in her late 20s who didn't think that she'd ever be able to afford a place of her own, working in her like front-end retail jobs that she does. So it's really great to see these smiling faces and to actually be able to help them secure a place that they can afford, even if they never thought they'd be able to. Any other questions or things that I can share or help with?
Well, I can't
I have
wait.
a
Okay,
question.
go ahead.
Yes, I want to know more about your renters program for first-time renters.
So it's actually part of our rental communities program. We don't have a specific process for first-time renters, but we do find that when individuals come to us to rent a house or rent a place on their own, it's typically the first time they've been able to, because what we do as affordable housing is we offer rentals that are at like 30% below the typical market rate values. So a typical like 3-bedroom apartment here in Frederick is pretty costly, but you can get it at one of our properties depending on, you have to qualify on various income limits. But you could potentially get a 3-bedroom apartment for like $1,400, where traditionally outside of this, it might be $2,000 or more. So there's a lot of opportunity for low or moderate income individuals to qualify and actually afford their rent based on their income. And in Frederick, that's really hard to do sometimes.
Thank you.
And I must say, I'm living in one of 520 there Market Street apartments, and I love it. It's beautiful. It's clean. Everything is quiet. You know, I really like it. I recommend it. Because I took the Credit Cafe. And like I said, really informative, really learned a lot. And everything that you said you did it. So I can agree with that. And so the next step for a person who's looking to purchase a home, they have taken the first step in coming to the cafe, had their credits looked at, started making some changes and improvements. What's the next step if they're interested in looking into purchasing a home, and what are the qualifications?
They're really going to want to reach out to one of those 2 program managers, either Carol or Vivian. They're the ones that can really look at your whole like package of application and tell you where you stand. Because depending on how many people are in your household, how much income you bring in, what area you want to live in, there's a lot of different eligibility and qualifications that go into that decision-making process. And it's really not the same for everyone. Just because of the different income limits and where people are. Sometimes the requirements are slightly different from person to person, just based on their personal situation that they have. But I will say there are income requirements depending on the area or the county you want to purchase in.
Right.
And we specifically do Carroll County, Frederick County, and Washington County.
That is awesome, because we serve both Frederick and Carroll County. So this is something that we can also share with our Carroll County consumers as well. Okay, and let it be noted there, we have some consumers that are living here as well, not just myself. So, there's a lot of good things that we have to say about Interfaith Housing Alliance. And so when you say outside, you guys go outside of Frederick. If someone is interested in finding something outside of Frederick, and how do you guys select the homes? Do you have a certain number of homes?
We actually use, clients actually purchase homes that are actually on the traditional market. So we don't necessarily have like a surplus of homes that we own and then we sell. We actually use local realtors that specialize in whatever town or county you're interested in purchasing in. And if you don't already have a realtor, we can give you contacts for ones that we've worked with before, and they actually help you through the traditional like searching process and putting in that request to purchase. So they really kind of walk you through that whole process. And that's what's great about our program is if we didn't have a home to sell, we couldn't help people, where if we're using the market, we can help people as long as there's a market available.
You mentioned, and maybe I'm getting it right, the fixer-uppers, the purchase to fix up. Am I getting it right?
Yeah, so it's called purchase repair homeownership because you have to purchase a home that has so many hours of what we call sweat equity. And sweat equity is simply just hours put into repair of the house. And if they are specialized, like electrical, fire, or plumbing, we of course help you set up contractors for that. Our VP of construction actually helps every homeowner that goes through the process do the repairs. Like he helps coordinate contractors, he helps coordinate supplies, and then he'll even teach you how to do various projects. Because not only do you leave with a house, but you leave with knowledge on how to repair and maintain your house moving forward. And sometimes people are curious about the type of repairs. Some repairs homeowners have had to do is like recaulk their bathroom, or they've had to reseal the driveway. And a layperson to do some of the typical consumer to do a lot of these repairs, we estimate more hours than it would take a traditional contractor. So when you think like 120 sweat equity hours to purchase a home, it sounds like a lot, but to us who aren't trained in repairs, a simple repair might take a contractor 30 minutes, but we get like 2 or 3 hours.
Wow. Okay. Let me open up the questions to our viewers. Joe, both Joes. Anyone has any other questions? No?
Mr. Awkward, you're on mute. You're still muted. Let me see here.
Tab until you hear audio on mute.
Hey, Mike, do you think you can unmute him?
I can't. I sent him a thing to ask him to unmute. I don't know if you can click on it. That's all. I can't unmute him though.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Lacey, thank you so much for sharing your wealth of knowledge. We will be contacting you. You better believe it.
Awesome.
And anything else, anytime, you have new information that you won't mind providing to us, please feel free. We're excited. We are so thankful that you were able to join us. And I know all of us can benefit from the information that you gave. So thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. I'll definitely send the presentation your way, but I'll also send a couple flyers just in relation to our program. So that way you have Yeah, you can have that general information readily available.
All righty. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us. Next Friday, we're having Family Feud. At the beginning of the month, we was National Women's Day. And so we're gonna, being that we're every woman in here, we're going to just prolong that celebration. So next Friday, same time, 2:00, we're going to be playing Family Feud. And it's going to be about what women like, what women love, and what a woman wants. Okay. So please join us. We're going to have fun. Okay. Thank you again for
Oh, he's
joining us. Have a
unmuted.
Oh, I
safe
finally
weekend.
did. Took me a while.
Okay.